I know what one of them will be.
So number 1, I'll do it backwards. So number 10, present pets. I don't even know what that is.
No, I don't know what that is.
Number 9, Pokemon backpack set.
Not what that little idiot is.
Number 8, Peppa Pig shopping centre.
Oh.
Number 7, Paw Patrol Dino Rescue Dino Patrol Spin Master Toys. Number 6, Monopoly for sore losers. Apparently that's it. Like they've added more things in there. Number 5, Laser Battle Hunters with different characters in there.
Okay.
Number 4, LOL, anything LOL, like LOL dolls.
LOL is up there.
I really hate LOL dolls. I think they're so overpriced for miniature little things that get lost or mash up my washing machine. And
mash up.
I just think they're overpriced for rubbishness. Like, I'm not buying Charlotte any LOL stuff this Christmas. I'm done. She had that last Christmas. So do you know how expensive LOL things are? And I know it makes them happy, and I know they're children, but I just don't see the value in it. Sorry. And then number 3, Harry Potter, so anything to do with Harry Potter. Number 2, Barbie 3-in-1 Dream Camper. So it's like so it's like a camper van, and you can open it. And it's got like a kitchen and all that malarkey. And number 1 is 5 surprise brands by Capsule, which is like you get all these little surprises all in one. So that's the top 10 toys for 2020. Do your children be getting any of those?
LOLs.
But
only
SA is still at that age. But
it won't be. It's only like I've only got a little like surprise thing.
Well, that's okay. It's a stocking filler. But like I remember the boys buying his daughter like this big massive thing.
No.
£80. For about 2 dolls and 3 little things in there. And
people are going nuts for those LOLs this year.
Can't do it. And Shiloh hasn't asked for many toys this year.
No, none of that is in my
shopping list.
No.
So as a nation, Ospreys are expected to spend a whopping 33.3 billion on gifts to put under the tree this December. Under 16-year-olds get spent on them about 129 for the largest present. With children over 16, it can be a little less, going for 105. Around 1 in 12 people plan to spend more than £800 on gifts for family and friends. The survey 2,000 people found, and it also found that people in the southwest, which we are, were the best festive planners, with 30% of people surveyed of buying their gifts 2 to 6 months in advance. However, these stats were taken from last year, so we haven't got up-to-date stats this year. I think they'll find that things are very different this year because of people being furloughed, people being made redundant, people not knowing what's going to go on in January. And what do you think in regards to buying presents?
I think if you've got it, why wouldn't you? I don't like to judge anybody who does anything that they don't. So I think some people, I think if someone spends £20, it's fine. And I think if someone spends more, it's fine. It's what you can climatise to at the time. But I do believe that the best part of it should be spending time with your family.
Yeah, and that's the message I give to my
because
children.
It could be different at any time of the year. You know, like you don't know what can happen, especially after this year.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. Now, some people admitted that they often are left in debt in the new year after struggling to cover costs of Christmas. Nearly 1 in 5, 18% of people said they struggled financially, while 1 in 10% ended up deep into their overdraft, and 7% said they started 29 in significant debt. Yeah. I'm not getting myself into debt.
I will never get myself into debt. That's a fact.
And my kids need to know that.
I will never ever get myself into debt. But what I will do is I will look like I've shopped in. I'll walk around looking like, I'll walk around looking like a tramp, basically. So my kids have something all year. And then I sort myself out, and then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I like to pay it anyway.
Yeah, so my mum is so organised. So she's already started from her December wages. She will start saving for Christmas next year. Yeah. And she puts it in a tin, all loose money in a tin. Like there's metal tins. Yeah. And then she doesn't open it until ending of November, and. There's honestly it's for any spare cash she puts it in there, and that's what she does for Christmas. Yeah. So she doesn't have to take out of her wages, or she doesn't have to go into her overdraft. You know what I mean? Yeah. So And actually, I'm usually more organised than this.
Are you done?
Nearly.
Yeah.
I've only got a few more to get.
Yeah.
I'm usually more organised than this, but I didn't know if I had a job or not, so I can't be spending money if I didn't know I had a job. Do you know what I mean? And plus, I've just started the business and stuff. But I'm nearly done. But my main concern, really, this year is my mum and my kids. Like, you know, I said to Ryan, don't even bother buying me anything.
Yeah.
And it's my 40th in January. I know I don't look like I'm nearly 40.
So what are you wanting to do?
Rather have something for my birthday than Christmas. What I'm looking to do for my birthday?
Yeah.
Survive.
Yeah.
I can't plan anything because they're talking about a third wave. So.
Do you think it will?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will go into the third wave.
Be a shame you can't go to somewhere like a nice
spa.
Well, not even that. Even if
they're still open, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the minute, it'd be nice if you could go somewhere like, I don't know, you know, like a little country house and just have that for the weekend.
Like
that would be nice.
Like those, I know what you're talking about, like lodges.
Yeah.
One of those things.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Do you know what though? Like, I just be grateful for like my family, friends, just, you know, I don't mind. Sorry. I'm just happy just to hopefully see the 40th, and you know, my whole year's the 40th. Just because my birthday's on one day. Like, don't tell anybody that. I'm not 40 or 20. I'm half of that. Yeah, so news this week. So, protests in India.
Why?
Okay, so there's been lots of protests in India because the Indian government passed a law which is going to impact them massively and leave them short, basically. So, because of there's such a massive Indian diaspora, you know, like with Caribbean and African people all over the world, there's been protests in like Canada, closer to home to us, Birmingham, Northampton, London, like, you know, like supporting the farmers like in India. So basically, in the last fortnight, tens of thousands of Indian farmers have descended on the streets of Delhi and camped out of the borders in protest over controversial new laws. They are angry about 3 new farm bills that the government want to reform their agriculture over there, but obviously the farmers don't agree with. They say it was done without consultation, and they fear losing earnings and their protection of their basically livelihood. So this weekend there's been like protests literally all over the country. So what do you think of that, like the fact that when the government are just passing laws through without...
I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what don't know what people expect anymore.
It's so sad though, isn't it?
Expect the unexpected all the time.
Well, so isn't it amazing how people have come out and supported them here?
Yeah,
and it's
definitely.
You know, so it just goes to show that everyone has their own struggles. Now, we had the BLM struggle. Yeah. Now they're having theirs. Yeah. You know what I mean? But people are going out there and supporting. I think that's amazing. Another thing I found in the news. So Joseph Szézer, a Hungarian MEP, so member of Parliament, quits. Basically, he was found in a flat with 25 other men in a orgy, basically, and he was found escaping. And when the police searched his backpack, he had like loads of drugs in his backpack, which he said had been planted. But like, so why the story came to me when I was like looking at stories and things.
I need to put a face to the name.
Is that the fact that it was an orgy, that doesn't matter me so much that it was a gay orgy. What gets to me is the fact that this member of Parliament put a stop to gay marriages and put a stop to gay people adopting children. So he was so against like homosexual policies, but yet still he was found. Not one, not two, not
normally
3.
The people that are against them
25 men.
Normally the people that are against it are that way inclined. How do I spell his name? J-O-Z.
Yeah. S-E-F.
S-E-F, yeah.
and then his surname's S-Z-A-J-E-R.
S-Z-A-J-E-R.
But Sean, did you hear what I said? 25 men.
Okay, where's he from?
25 men, Hungary. 25 men. So, what it says is that around 9 o'clock, prosecutors say police were alerted by neighbours who complained about noise and potential lockdown breaches in an apartment located in the Rue des Perez in the centre of the Bulgarian.
So he's not from England?
No. Inside the flat, police found about 20 people, 2 of whom, not including Mr. Scherzer, invoked in a diplomatic immunity. Most of those were present were men, some of whom were naked when the police burst in. They were cautioned for having broken lockdown rules. A passerby who told police he had seen a man descending in a drain pipe was able to identify him. The man's hands were bloody and it was possible he was injured while fleeing. Narcotics were found in the backpack. A statement by the prosecutor said the man was unable to produce any identity documents. He was escorted to a place of residence where he identified himself as, the MP, by means of diplomatic passports. Criminal proceedings may only be brought if parliamentary immunity is waived, the statement adds. The sex scandal is particularly embarrassing for a party which campaigned for traditional family values and recently proposed a law to ban gay adoption. Can you imagine? What are your thoughts on that? He was just saying something. It's usually the people who what?
It's usually the people that are dead against homophobia that are...
He's got something to hide then.
Yeah.
But can you imagine being caught in a situation where have you put a face to a name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, he
it's an interesting character.
Looks evil, but...
Looks evil. But yeah.
I mean, now he's been banged to rights, hasn't he?
Yeah. In more
That's
ways.
what you get for being
Did you
against...
just say banged to rights? Did you mean that pun?
Banged to rights, as in, like, he's been caught out. He's against something, but he's doing it.
Yeah, I know.
So, he's been shamed for it.
Yeah. But, all those people who he declined on banning them adopting kids and, like, gay marriage, and now look, do you know what I mean? I don't even think... Oh, well, anyway, so that came to my attention, anyway. Brexit. So, Brexit, what did you vote?
No.
So you didn't vote at all?
No.
Why did you not vote?
Oh, don't start her off,
I'm going to start a revolution. Why
don't
did you
start
not
her off.
So you did not vote at all?
No.
What would you have voted if you went?
I don't know. That's why I didn't vote.
You didn't read enough.
I'm not knowledgeable enough. I like a bit of everything, and I think the media brainwash everybody. So, I vote for... myself and freedom.
Okay, so I'll explain a bit to you. So at the minute it looks like Brexit means that there's going to be not Brexit means, but it looks like Boris Johnson can't come up with a deal because the members of Europe or European Parliament are not agreeing to what he wants. So basically it's like somebody wants a divorce, but the person who doesn't want
that are on his team.
No, they're not on his team. They don't want us to come out of Europe. We contribute a lot of money to Europe, basically. So they don't.
You voted in, didn't you?
To stay in, definitely. Freedom of movement. I just like being part of the European Union. Like, I like the fact that when I go on holiday, I don't have to show my passport. I literally go. I can go from country to country. I have that freedom. I like the fact that we add to it. Like, you've got different countries and we all add to it. And I do feel like we are going to be put on our own once we come out.
Yeah.
Okay. Like especially for trade and things like that. So it looks like we're going to go up into no deal. So these are the worst case scenarios. So I want you to think about what I say, and I want you to think about, like, give me your opinion on the worst case scenario. So 1, prices could go up for goods in the UK. That's buying and selling, because the EU will not want to trade with us if we are out. How will that impact on you? Goods going up. So that's like things in basically food. So that will have an impact on you, won't it?
Of course.
If food's more expensive.
I'll just have to not get Heinz and get
Tesco's own brand.
I'll be shopping at everything will be at Lidl, won't it?
Or Aldi.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do know they're European countries.
So
things will still go up in there as well. especially actually Aldi and Lidl are starting to have more and more normal brands, not European brands. So like it will have an impact. So it will.
Do you prefer Lidl or Aldi?
Aldi. I like Aldi. I like their Better Buys. They have some amazing Better Buys. I go in there for milk and come out with a lawnmower. Amazing.
I went to Home Bargains the other day. I went over.
Yeah.
What did I go out there for?
Go on.
Just some cleaning products.
Yeah. Came back with
97 quid.
Yeah. That's it. Easily done. Easily done. So with the UK also imposing tariffs on some EU goods, that means us putting money on EU goods, they could become more expensive, but the price of some things imported from the rest of the world could fall because the tariffs are being bought. So what we get from Europe might go up, but if we trade with the rest of the world, like Australia, Canada, Japan, all those other countries that are not in Europe, the prices might go down.
Yeah.
Okay. Food standards. Now, this is what I'm concerned about. For UK exports, could be a problem without an agreement that the UK rules are acceptable in the EU. Products being sold by the UK could be stopped at the border, causing delays. So there are certain standards that we have here that because we are a part of Europe. So there are certain standards that will change when we come out. Like, for example, if we start buying our chicken from America, they wash their chicken in chlorine. I don't think that's particularly good because it's chlorine. Do you know what I mean? Chlorine. What do they put in swimming baths? Chlorine.
Yeah.
Almost like bleach. That's not a good thing. I don't think it's good to keep our standard. Do you know what I mean? Things like that.
Yeah.
Longer queues for lorries are possible because there would be more border checks. The UK is delaying having full checks for goods arriving from the EU until 1st of July, but it's feared EU lorries drivers might want to avoid the UK altogether if there are delays. So already at the minute in Kent, they are making space for the delays of lorries, and on the news the other day there's already a backlog of delays because we were all together. Your passport, their passport and all their documents, they could. I can hear it.
It's me. Oh. I'm trying to request to join the thingy. Hang on.
Okay, so because of being part of Europe, you can go from wherever to wherever. Now that we are out, because as from the 31st of December we will be out, there's going to be more checks, so they're going to have to check their documents, check their driving license, check all those things. It's going to cause delays. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Less choice of food is a danger, according to some supermarket chains who have said fresh food will be particularly affected. So we get a lot of our vegetables and fruits from there. You only have to look on the label, especially if you shop in Aldi. The oranges are from certain sort of so we're not going to have certain things basically. So there's going to be less choice. Fishing's a major thing. Fishing has been particularly important during the trade talks. Without a deal, non-UK fishing boats would lose access to UK waters and vice versa. So for example, I don't think they do fish there, but like say the Channel Tunnel, like the Channel Islands, not the Channel Islands, the English Channel. So there will be a line that is more French and then British, the halfway point. We won't be able to shop it, we won't be able to fish in their waters, they won't be able to fish in ours, which means we could get less potentially.
Yeah.
And security sharing, that is a risk as well. So criminals basically, there are certain things being part of Europe that we will share. When we come out of that, they might not want to share it with us, which mean that's not good for crime and stuff like that at all. No. And also there's a lot of rules which have been passed where people have been not got justice in our country, so they've taken it to the European law, and the European law has changed it. But now we only have the British system to go by, which is I don't think that's a good thing. This actually happened when the deadline did happen. The supply of medicines could be vulnerable. So the disruption at the Channel ports, with particular worries about those with a short shelf life. So there are plans to place to ensure that COVID vaccines reach the UK. However, this is not as certain. So we get a lot of vaccinations and things like that. Medications come from Europe. Because of the delays, they might not get to people, which is really scary.
You having the vaccine?
I'll come on to that in a sec.
Oh, right.
I'll come on to that in a sec. Healthcare, again, you know, when we go abroad, you have to bring that little blue medical card so you can get healthcare over there. We won't be able to. So anybody who is travelling to Europe, now is the time to make sure you have your insurance. You should have insurance anyway, but if you don't, it's even going to be worse, because who's flying you back when you've got a broken leg from one of the mopeds from Ibiza? Who's flying you back? So you need to get all those things, because that European card does not cover you now for healthcare. So, and driving, will we need, because if you look on your driver's license now, it's got the little stars. We are allowed to drive over there. So after 31st of December, we will not be allowed to drive there. And my friend said to me the other day, let's go on a camping holiday to France. I'm not going anywhere until I know what's going on, because you could potentially get fined. Because as soon as they see that it's British, you get fined, because I haven't got the right documents and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So all those things are coming into play. So do you not think that's a lot? Do you not think that's going to impact? Does that worry you? Does it not worry you? It's quite a lot, isn't it? No wonder Boris can't come up with a deal.
I just don't think about it.
You don't think about it?
No.
Why, but you go on holiday quite a lot.
All the time.
Yeah, exactly. So it will impact you.
My kid will have to fly home with a broken leg.
Don't say that! You better get your insurance.
Mum, I can't bend it. You will.
You will bend it, yeah. Do you know what? And the thing is, I can say most of the times I've travelled with my kids, because they do this irritating thing where they can't stop jumping in the water, and then they go into the aircon rooms and it wrecks their ears. So I am always at a chemist whenever we go on holiday with flipping ear drops and Cowbell to keep the pain down, and I don't have to pay for any of that because of the card.
Yeah.
But I will have to start paying for that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's things like that we take for advantage. Just like we will look like the rest of the world. We won't be able to just go straight through. They will be stamping and checking our passports. In the long run, I think it will get back. It will calm down, but I think the first time we travel, it will be no. And also, we've got to travel with more than 6 months on our passport as well. We might need visas for some countries, which is extra money as well.
Yeah.
Our flights will go up.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of change. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Some things that have been decided. So whether or not there is a trade deal, several things will not change. For trips to Europe, you'll have to make sure there is at least 6 months left on your passport, like what I've just said, and wait in a different queue to board. Duty-free shopping will return, but there will be limits on the amount of alcohol and tobacco you can bring in the country. The right to live in the EU will no longer be automatic for UK nationals unless you already live there by the end of 2020. So me and you can't just say, bye Gareth, bye Ryan, we're like Thelma and Louise, we're going off into the wilderness and doing a tour around Europe. We won't be able to do that. We will literally have to go through a lot, to do that. A new immigration system will come into force in the UK, involving a points-based system similar to what they do in Australia. Trade with the EU for UK companies will involve customers, declarations, border check certificates, licenses, everything that I basically said. So that will happen as from the 31st of December. Okay, so will you be stockpiling after Christmas? Tesco have already said it in a press statement that they are stockpiling things because they think a lot of things won't come through. So will you be stockpiling? Will you be so when it comes to the end of December, will you be buying a little bit extra just in case we run out of certain things?
No,
you still just
no. The first lockdown that we had was serious and it was bad.
Yeah.
Nothing was a problem in the shops.
Yeah.
Apart from flour,
but we weren't
toilet roll,
toilet roll.
egg. No, what else was it? Flour, toilet roll.
At some point, you couldn't get eggs.
And do you know what? Literally, I could have egged someone in there because I was so peed off that people do that. I just think, why do people do that? It was really annoying.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you got over it.
Mm-hmm. I think I didn't stockpile and I didn't panic buy. I just bought my normal shopping.
Yeah.
Because I just think that this is 2020, even though it's been a mad year. But I just think that at the end of the day, we're in a modern world. People are not going to leave us to die of hunger. This is the 6th richest country in the world.
I did buy a little bit more cleaning products, just because I was so paranoid about the coronavirus. Yeah. But at the same time,
you're anal about cleaning products, isn't it?
Yeah, and my cupboards. Yeah, I am really bad.
Not my mother.
My cupboards are always like there's always something you can cook.
Yeah, same here.
Like I've always got tins of
Absolutely,
stuff, and
same here.
my freezer is always full.
Same
there's like meats and stuff
so you
in
just
my
buy
freezer.
Normal, don't
so
you?
I just carry on.
Same
like
here.
I know
exactly
that if I
what
went
did.
in, I'd find it.
Yeah, exactly. I always say to my kids, there's always something to eat. You won't go to bed hungry. It might not be what you want to eat,
Yeah.
but there is something to eat.
You can have dry pasta.
Exactly. My daughter would eat that. Saffron loves pasta. Okay, Margaret Keenan was the first woman to take the COVID vaccine, and William Shakespeare, which is really strange because it actually comes from Warwickshire, the first man to take it. What do you think about the vaccine, and will you be taking it?
William Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah, that was the first man to take the vaccine.
But this year?
Yeah.
William Shakespeare. Wow.
Yeah, apparently he's a descendant to him.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Are they all old people?
Yeah, they're giving it to old people first. So
Shame. Shame.
What, testing it on the old people? Is that what you think? Testing it on the old people first?
They're all right.
Yeah,
they've had their lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's all right. Get it in the oven. I just think it's so funny how they were saying a couple of months ago, well, the BAME people have to get it first, the black people need to get it first. So I'm thinking, in a strange sort of way, that it must be a good vaccine because they haven't said that BAME people have to get it first.
Yeah.
So it is a good vaccine. So what what are your thoughts on it?
Look, I don't like the idea of it.
Why?
Because so you can how I think off the top of my head, you can find a vaccine for this, but you can't find a cure for cancer. But it pumps too much money into cancer research, doesn't it? So we pump so much money into it. Why are they going to find a cure, even though there probably is one over in India or somewhere? Do you know what I mean?
Why
but
India?
I don't know. Just they're clever. they're so clever over there. Students are so clever. But you know what I mean. Like it's going to be somewhere, something. So I don't know. Like how can you find a vaccine in a matter of 8 months?
You think it's too quick? Yeah, but the world...
Listen, I reckon you're not going to be able to travel without it anyway.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to travel.
Yeah.
So, and I've got a holiday booked. So, you know, ultimately I probably am going to have to take it. But I promise you now, I need to see people...
Well, people have already had allergies for it. Like, if you've got allergies, they've advised you not to take it.
I've got allergies.
Well, apparently as well, you're not supposed to take it if you're breastfeeding and if you're pregnant or trying to conceive.
Yeah.
So if my baby was 5, I'd be breastfeeding. Let me
Well,
tell
do you know what? The thing is as well, they tell you if you're wanting to have children in the future, not to have it.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. That is alarm bells. Imagine giving it to my kid and I've like...
Because there's not a 10-year effect. Is like we don't know because it's so new. My opinion on it is that I don't know. Like literally, they've put the best, obviously, research into it. They've got the World Organisation leading it. They've had the best scientists doing it and whatever. So the situation is no vaccine is safe because everybody has genetics that is individual to them. So you might take something and not get affected by it, but I might take something and get affected by it. Do you understand what my point is? And that is my point. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the vaccine. What I'm saying is that everybody might react differently to it.
Yeah.
Just like when with the MMR, some kids get like really badly affected by it, and some kids don't. You know, and there are links to MMR, not taking MMR, and autism.
Yeah.
You know, and so on. Obviously, as a vaccine, it's safe to take, but I don't take the flu jab. I'm supposed to because I've got sickle cell. My daughter doesn't take the flu jab because my mum's a nurse, so I'm going off her medical opinion.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, we don't take the flu jab. But I do want some normality to resume, and if it does mean that I can't travel and I can't do the things that I want to do to allow me for normality to resume, well, I've got my hands tied behind my back. I'm going to have to take the vaccine. However, because of the age range that we're in, it's going to take a while for it to get to us in a way. They've got so many people. We are so low down that it could be up to 2 years before it gets to us. You know, there's thousands, millions of people, you know what I mean, before it gets to us. And by then, we will know more about this vaccine, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, like, you know. So between the 23rd and the 27th of December, coronavirus restrictions are being relaxed across the UK, allowing free households to form a bubble and mix indoors and stay overnight. Cases seem to be rising in Wales drastically, and they've closed the schools and placed them online, but may impose a lockdown over Christmas. Germany have this morning imposed a lockdown over Christmas, so that's it. You know, they're in lockdown, and this seems to be the case. So what do you think about that? Do you think people should be allowed to, the movement should be relaxed, or do you think that actually we need to just...
People are anyway.
You think people are doing... Yeah, the roads are really busy this morning.
People are anyway.
And we're too, aren't
People
we?
are all seeing each other and doing what they want.
Yeah.
It's nothing like the lockdown before.
Yeah. I don't think the country can afford for it to be like that though. If it went like that, I don't know. I mean, the people who still are not getting paid now, excluded UK, you know, like people who work in the theatres, the riggers, actors, photographers, DJs, all those people are not getting any financial help at all. Like literally they've come to a standstill. So I don't think as a country we can afford to go into a lockdown like that again.
The theatre's open though at Christmas, isn't
it is. I won't be going though.
I wanted to.
See, I always go to the theatre. This is our first
me too.
year for years, but I'm just not, because again, even though the government have said some rules, I still have to take responsibility for my family, so I'm not going. Do you know what I mean? Maybe next year we'll see how it goes, you know, when things are a bit better. So what about the restrictions though? Do you think that do you think the government should forget about the 23rd to the 27th, because scientists are saying there will be a third wave? Even the Spanish flu didn't have a third wave, they had a second wave. We're in modern times, and they say that if this movement happens, we are going to have a third wave. Do you think the government should stop it, or people should just do what they're doing and just be mindful?
I would think people are going to anyway.
Oh really?
I just think people are going to anyway, even if they do put a lockdown on. People are going to do it anyway. I mean, this whole year has felt like Christmas to me. This whole year, because I haven't seen anyone or done anything. I've just got fat on my own. Do you know what I mean? Like with my family, that's all that this year's been. It feels like Christmas because all you do is eat, watch TV, maybe eat. The first lockdown I did a little bit of running and went in the garden and the kids were in the pool. That was amazing. But the winter months, hideous.
Yeah.
Easy. 2 stone.
Okay. Alright, so for those of you who know me, if you follow my private Facebook page and Instagram page, I put a post out last week after the year. It's been like crazy, and I don't know, shall I read the post out? Yeah. And like, I'm just telling you now, like I've only just started to like feel myself. It's like taken like some time, so I'm gonna read the post out because I was really shocked at the reaction. And I don't do things for attention, but I just wanted to like literally put it out there. So it's a picture of me at the gym, and I've put, and she's back. Basically, F you Rona for allowing me to give up on the things I love the most, because I genuinely didn't know how to deal with a pandemic. F you to the police who killed George Floyd, who allowed me to give up on my fitness goals because I sunk into a deep depression and didn't realise how much seeing somebody who looks like my uncle could be murdered and traumatised me, and how racist that some people still are. It's exhausting. F you Rona for taking my nan, the one person who made everything okay. I lost love for my fitness, even body combat, that I worked so hard to achieve. And just because someone doesn't look like they're hurting behind the smile doesn't mean they're not. Depression and anxiety comes in all forms. I lost myself a bit this year, and I lost so much confidence, and for the first time in what seems like forever, I feel back in control. And writing this, I'm crying happy tears as I finally feel myself again. I may not look like a Gymshark model, I don't want to. My kicks may never be high, and my belly is not an ironing board it once was. But I'm going into my 40s feeling like the old Tash, and after this morning's workout, I literally feel like on top of the world. Never underestimate the power of exercise. So, leading on to the question, So link what I just said to the question, our question of the week. What has 2020 taught you? So when you saw that post, how did that, because I didn't realise that a lot of people were feeling like how I felt, and being a fitness instructor as well as doing this and doing so many other things, I didn't, like, so many people messaged me, and there's so many comments on my thread about feeling the same, because, like, who would know that a pandemic would allow people to feel like they're just lost? And I think it's that sense of not having control, like, and things were changing hourly, daily, weekly, and you know, you can't plan, holidays cancelled, kids being off school. Like, who would have known how to deal with a pandemic? You know, you see the Renaissance women, like women laid naked on sofas and things like that, quite overweight, and the Renaissance was after the first, like, the one of the pandemics. I think it was the Spanish pandemic, and they're all fat and like laying over, like laying sexily and stuff like that. And I'm thinking they must have just felt like how we felt, but they never had access to media and news like we do, so they must have literally just ate through it as well, and literally just laid there getting painted and just eating. Because how did we know how to act? Like, I saw a change in my 8-year-old's behaviour that I've never seen. Like, it was heartbreaking, like, to watch her not be able to hug her next door neighbour, play with him, they had to keep separate. Me and my next door neighbour Steph, we had to talk over the fence or you know, over the wall. I couldn't see my family or friends, they were up in Birmingham. Like, I haven't been back to Birmingham since March. To feel isolated, so far away, and literally just have my kids around me, and my boyfriend working in Cornwall. Like, I didn't see him for like 3-4 months, do you know what I mean? Because he was an essential worker. Like, I didn't know that it would have this impact on me. And then the Black Lives Matter thing, the George Floyd movement, like, I sunk into a depression. I stopped running, I stopped doing my classes, I literally couldn't. I remember once one of my fitness friends, Leah Ball, she messaged me, she was like, oh, I'm going to practice combat. I don't even know, there was a release that came out in combat. I don't even know the release because I didn't even open it when it dropped in the app. I didn't look at it. Like, she and 2 other instructors were like, oh, we're going to go out and practice. I couldn't. I literally couldn't. I love body combat. I love exercise. I love how it makes me feel. I literally sunk into such deep depression. I couldn't do it. Like, mentally, I felt exhausted and I couldn't do it. And it was only last week, since I've started to lift the weights again, get back into the routine of my classes, that I have. And I just feel like everybody has lost something. I think people have gained things this year, but I think everybody has lost something this year. And the feedback that I got, like, just on my thread and people inboxing me and stuff, it's just wow, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
What do you think?
Yeah, again, you know, it's not been easy. I would say that everybody's sunk into depression. Like, I've obviously gained weight, I would say easily 2 stone, maybe. Stopped the running, stopped everything. But, you know, I've just got to try and, at the minute for me, I've got to try and maintain my mind to be healthy.
Yeah, that's
and
more
at the
important.
Minute, and as much as I want to lose the weight and this, that, whatever, at the minute my movement is getting through Christmas. After that, I can focus more back on me. And it really isn't important if I look at the bigger picture.
Are you in the mood for Christmas?
Yeah, I am.
Right.
I'm really in the mood for Christmas, actually. I'm not in the mood for looking at me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I can.
Because Christmas is about the kids. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
and I can identify with that. You
Yeah.
know, only because I've got my daily affirmations, I've got my gratitude book. So, you know, what am I thankful for? I'm thankful for my children, I'm thankful for my friends, I'm thankful for a roof over my head, running water, you know, all these things that so many people, my eyesight, my hearing, there's so many things that I'm grateful for, that actually gaining weight is really not, it's like that big. So, like, we can deal with that after, but yeah, it's affected everybody in a big way.
Financially as well. Like, I didn't realise that at the beginning of the year that, you know, this would have an impact. I was made redundant. Do you know what I mean? Like, so financially I've taken a hit. Security wise I've taken a hit because I haven't got a permanent job. You know what I mean? It's all those kind of things I've had to look back, and it's all those things. It grates on you, and it has an impact on you. And as a mother, you still got to keep going. Especially as a single parent, I've still got to keep going. I've still got to keep the house running. And you know, Saffron still needs her bus pass for school. Charlotte still needs her lunch for dinners, and you know, all those kind of things. They still need to be clothed. They still need to be fed. They still need attention, love, security. All those things that come with being a parent. What are the highs and lows for you in 2020?
The highs was spending time with my oldest, my 17-year-old. Like, he's 18 in February. Like, it's rare he wants to sit down and speak to me, but he's had to because we haven't had any choice. I mean, my kids are lucky. They've got their stuff all in their rooms. You know, back in the day, I had 1 to 5, 1 to 4 channels. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was it. I used to stay up at night and used to catch like a glimpse of, like, you know, you used to wake up in the middle of the night and you'd get ooh on the TV. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, you did. I'm not that old now.
Yeah, no. In this day, that girl with the puppet, like, the kids these days don't have that. They've got all the channels. They've got Netflix. They've got you know, they've had things to their phones, social media. They've still been able to speak to people, but so that's been my highlight. My low has been my physical well-being, not my mental. My mental's actually been quite high because I bounce off people anyway. But my physical, personally for me, and obviously the Black Lives Matter. I really didn't enjoy that. No. I didn't enjoy how I felt about others that I thought I liked.
And losing friends.
How I felt about people that I thought I quite liked. I mean, I deleted a lot of people, so that's good. But I mean, I just, you know, that was a bummer.
How do you think 2021 will pan out? What are your hopes and fears? What do you think? Because me personally, I feel like it's going to be a year that's going to be up and down again. We're not going to get... I think people think, oh, vaccine, that's it, corona gone. It's not going to be like that. I think there's going to be different local lockdowns all over the country. I think because the virus is still amongst us, and while the vaccine's going out, do you know what I mean? People getting tested and stuff like that. The schools, isolation, I reckon it's going to be like that for a while.
Yeah.
And I think it's only 2022 things will start to calm down and get back to some normality. Because even though the vaccine's out there and so on, they are still saying wear masks, wash your hands, cleanse your hands, keep your distance. So, yeah, that's my opinion. But what do you think for 2021?
I think it is what we are gonna have to make it. I'm gonna try not to overlook and look at the downside of it, because I think it's really easy for the negative side of it to take control. So I don't think we're gonna have normality soon.
Yeah.
You know, this whole wearing a mask and stuff is gonna be around a while.
For a long time, yeah.
And I hate it. I hate the masks.
Yeah.
I hate them so much.
It's not part of our culture. I like to see your face. I like to see a smile. I even like to see the people giving me evils.
I like
to see the people giving me evils.
On body language.
Give me an evil.
No, but this is the problem.
Give me a screw face.
No, but this is the problem. Everybody to me is giving me an evil at the minute. So I'm walking around, looking at everyone, thinking, "What are you looking at?
Yeah.
Why are you so grumpy?" When actually underneath they're probably like,
"Hi."
Yeah. But I'm just like, "What are your eyes saying?"
Yeah.
Like, I don't like
How
it.
do you do that with your eyebrow?
Like my eyebrow, I've always been able to do that.
I can't do it.
No, you can't. You look like you're having a stroke.
She's so horrid. I'm not having a stroke. She's so horrible. She's so horrible. So what's one thing you're going to take into 21?
A pair of size 10 jeans. Ready for me to get into them by May.
Really? You want to go back to being a size 10? You do realise you're getting old.
I want to drop a dress size, so I want to be so I've gone to a 14. I want to be a nice 12. That's what my auntie always says. When I go to 10-8, I look ill.
Yeah.
Like I look stupid, which I do. I look like a lollipop because I've always had big hair, and then I go small. But
because your bone structure's still big, that's the thing, so it looks good. Yeah. I was a size 10 at the beginning of this year. When I mean I was fit, I was firm, I was like, yeah, baby. And then Rona was just like, no, baby.
Yeah.
And now I bought my
Everything's hit the floor.
I bought my first pair of size 12 jeans a couple of weeks ago. And since I had Shiloh, because I only went up a dress size when I was pregnant as well. And I put it on, and my friends were like, why are you going on like that? I was like, yeah, but I like my itty bitty waist at size 10. And then I was just like, I looked at them, I was like, they look like men's trousers are that big. And I thought, so, do you know what, Tash? You're going into your 40s, like...
Do you know the average weight in England?
14, isn't it?
16.
Oh, is it 16?
16 is the average weight. And do you know what? Actually...
Why are we so obsessed?
Oh, it's ridiculous. Social media.
And women.
Social media.
We get so obsessed with it, and it's almost like there are so many other things to be obsessed with, because as long as you're fit and healthy...
Yeah.
And I don't mean fit like...
I'll be honest though, I don't feel healthy. You know, like, I know how I can feel, and that's not healthy at the minute.
You see, and that's how I knew that I was back to myself, because for the first time in ages I felt like strong.
Yeah.
I felt strong with the weights. I'm feeling DOMS again, which is a nice feeling. Nice. And the endorphins are like, woo, 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 popping. So, we're so obsessed with how we look, and it's just like, it's just so crazy. Like, why do we feel like this? Like you said, social media plays a massive part. And the reality is, how many women, you've had 3 children, I've had 2.
Yeah.
Like, get back into like a size 10. And if they do, it must be their genetics. Do you know what I mean? Like, or they must be starving themselves, you know?
Yeah.
I'm quite happy. I like a bit of carbs. And actually, I've enjoyed eating. Have you enjoyed eating?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I've enjoyed eating, not watching what I eat.
No, I've not enjoyed eating at all. No.
She had a cream cake this morning.
Do you know what
I bought it her.
Yeah.
So she has enjoyed eating. And she had a hot chocolate as well.
Do you know, I'm not doing it to myself. I'm not beating myself up.
No.
Because it is what it is. When you've got to do it when you're ready.
Yeah.
So.
And it just, like I said, it has a massive impact on how you feel. So I would just, like, the walking, I don't even run as much as I used to. I can't run in the cold. I'm not a cold runner. You see how them runners are running? I'll either run in the gym now, or I'll go out for a swift walk, but I can't run. It's too cold. I don't like it on my lungs. But what I am taking into 2020 is you do what makes you feel good. So even if it's not an extreme massive workout, if you feel like you need to drink to get your way through it, you drink your way through it.
Yeah.
If you feel like you need to eat, you eat your way through it. If you feel like you need to exercise, you exercise through it. If you feel the need to meditate, you do that. If you feel the need to journal and gratitude and all that, you do it. You do whatever fits well with you, because you are the only one inside your head that knows how you feel.
Definitely.
And I know that because I've got my exercise back, I've got myself back.
Yeah.
And that helps massively. So even over Christmas, I will be exercising, because I can't lose it now, because I'm feeling good. And the minute I stop, it will come down. So yeah, I think 2020 has taught us how to love, how to appreciate things. There's been a lot of death this year, obviously COVID related. There's going to be a lot of people who don't have support bubbles, who will be spending Christmas on their own, or Christmas around the dinner table is not going to look like usual Christmases, because so many people have passed as well. So there's going to be that space missing, or just that people aren't going to be travelling because they do want it. Because even though the government have said that you've got this grace period, some people are going to be like, well, I need to take responsibility for myself, and I'm not going to travel anywhere. I'm going to stay here. So yeah, 2020 has taught me an awful lot, and it's also taught me to just go for things as well. Like, what have you got to lose?
Yeah.
Life's too short. It's so weird, because it seems so. Some people I felt so far apart from, but then some people I felt so close to.
Yeah.
Like, I've really formed some amazing friendships.
Yeah.
And this year has taught me who is there for you and who is not.
Tell me about it.
Tell
me about it.
I've always seen Plymouth as my home, but lockdown has forced me to see another side of Plymouth that actually for the first time in years has made me think, actually, do I really want to move back to Birmingham?
How long have you lived in Plymouth?
16 years now.
So a long time.
Yeah. So do I really want to move back to Birmingham? Not really. And do I really need to move to Bristol? Because I always said I'd move to Bristol. Well, no, actually, I can actually make a life down here for me and my children.
Yeah.
And if they want to go when they're older, that's fine. But for me, it's made me really readdress things, and actually, I can make a life for myself in Plymouth, so I may as well stay. So you can't get rid of me, Sean. I'm here to stay.
Can't get rid.
No, you can't get rid. So yeah. So can you put that out on? So the question of the week is...
I think I've done it.
Yeah, what has 2020 taught you?
Yeah.
What are your highs and your lows? And that's it. So bringing the show to a close. It's been a mixed bag show today. We've had various people in the studio, if you can. We've got Nige, our sound engineer, because Sean and I are so rubbish with technology. We've had the boss man, Tendy, come in to sort out a few technical issues. Because we're the first show of the week, aren't we? So it's always technical problems when we come in. Is that just because it's us, or is it just because it's...
just because it's Monday.
It's just because it's Monday, yeah. So we all start the week. There's loads of things going on with... Playtown Radio. So please, you can download the app from the Apple Store or from the Google Store. It's best to listen to it via the app, or you can always catch us up on YouTube when it gets uploaded. You catch it around about Wednesday. But we've got you've got a few DJs. We've got a female DJ now. There's so much going on. The P-Town family is growing and turning into a radio station that is for the community, for everybody to access. So please follow, download the app. We always want to say to support local small businesses if you can. If they're not local small businesses, likes of Amazon and eBay, they've got far too much, so buy local, support. If you can't buy from them, we know everybody's in a different financial situation.
We will actually set up a highlight on small businesses.
Yeah, we are going to set one up. Like, comment, share their stuff. And we'll always share anything that we buy locally. We'll always share. So if it's a food business, clothes, fitness, whatever, etc., we would always share it. And as Sean said, we're going to set up a highlight. Support your local DJs. We've got loads of Plymouth. We've got DJ Flex. What's the new girl called?
Oh, blimey.
She's on a Thursday. I think she's on a Thursday or Friday, because we couldn't come in to support her, but you will see us one of the days with her. We're not meant to be mixing households anyway. But yeah, so please
DJ and Anaya May.
So yeah, just follow us. Follow the P-Town app. The Instagram page, and then you'll see everything. Next week we have a guest in, Kim from On the Couch with Kim as a guest. She's going to be talking Christmas and relationships and counselling, just some good vibes to end our last show of the year, because that next week will be the last show of the year before you all go off for Christmas and before we see you in 2021. So if there is any problems or any questions, please feel free to direct message us on
sister_P-Town.
If there's anything you'd like us to discuss or raise or give you a shout out, please do so. We will always do so on our Instagram page. But that is it for now. Thank you for listening. We've talked about a lot of things. As I said, today was a mixed bag because it's coming to the end of the year. And we just want to say thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of your week. And we will see you next week. I'm Tasha.
I'm Sham.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.